everyone. I hope that you're doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha, and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm so grateful that you're listening, subscribing, and commenting. I really appreciate your support. And in this one, I wanted to speak to you about social media, privacy, and resentment. It was a great question asked by one of the viewers. I'm not naming names anymore because I don't know if some people are comfortable with it. And so it was a viewer who messaged me saying, I love the channel, etc., but I have a question. And the question was about social media. And she said something like, I like going on social media. And, I sometimes love, the updates that I can give people very easily. But sometimes also I find it makes me resentful, or I get resentment about it because I feel like it puts pressure on me. I'm a normally private person, and social media puts pressure on me to not be private, to share my life, to share what's going on with me. And then, I look at other people and they're doing it as well, and then I wonder if something's wrong with me, etc. Things like that, right? And that was the basic gist of the question. That's what I assumed from it. And so I thought it was a great question because I think it brings up a really important point about comparison and contrast. I think one of the main qualities, I would say, of social media, one of the main reasons people go on social media, and I do love social media for the fact that it is very useful and I can get a lot of information from it. I mean, Twitter has been really great for all the news updates that we're getting on it, and Instagram is great because it's so beautiful. Some of the pictures and food pictures and other pictures and art that people are sharing on it, comics are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So social media in itself is not a terrible thing. I know a lot of people are like, social media, just completely ban it or completely get off of it. I don't think that's the right way of doing it either. I don't want to completely detox myself from social media and get away from it. I think it's quite useful in many different ways, but it's the way that you use it, right? And the main tenet, or the main, I think, negative part of social media comes when we start comparing ourselves or contrasting ourselves with the other people in front of us, right? And so if we are going on social media and then we look at someone else and they have more followers than us, or their pictures are prettier, or they're sharing more about themselves with the world than we are, then we can start feeling, oh, maybe I should be doing this, maybe I should be doing that, maybe I should be doing more selfies. I never do selfies on or very rarely do I do selfies on my social media channels. I find them very uncomfortable. But I see a lot of my girlfriends doing social media selfies only on their social media, right? And so it always makes me wonder, I'm like, oh, interesting, should I be doing more selfies? But, always comes back to the fact that, no, I don't like them, so I'm not going to do them. And so I don't. And so then that just completely takes care of it. So I would recommend that whenever you go on social media, kind of remember that it's actually a huge trap. It's a great thing, it's a very useful thing, but also a trap as well, because that's how people sell things to you. That's how the media sells you things. That's how all those people on Instagram sell you things. That's how you are compelled or propelled or pushed into buying things or into consumerism, is through comparison. You compare yourself to someone else and you find that you fall short somehow, some way, in some shape or form. And in order to fill that gap, you're told that this item will fill that gap for you, right? And sometimes it's very simple and you're like, no, that can't possibly work. For example, you watch some ads for Coca-Cola or any kind of soda, and the basic gist of the ad is that if you drink our cola, then you will be social and extroverted and you'll have loads of friends, you'll be laughing all the time, and you're going to have an amazing life, right? And you're going to be refreshed at the same time. And then a lot of us probably look at the ad and think, yeah, I don't think so. The refreshed part, maybe, yes. If it's a really hot day, I don't drink cola myself, but I'm sure if there's a really hot day and you're really thirsty, water would perhaps be the best thing for it. But some people do drink cola to refresh themselves, and so that part it makes sense to me. Yeah, refreshing, yes. The rest of it, no, right? But that's the thing about social media, is that, or any kind of media in general, social media is just a more personalized form of it, because they're individuals marketing to you rather than big businesses who are as well marketing to you, but more like social like people, or influencers, or smaller personalities, things like that. They're the ones who are mostly marketing their products or their things to you. And so you're sitting there and you're thinking that, you know, perhaps if I had that product, if I had that book, if I had that soap, if I had that whatever it might be, then I could fill that gap within myself, in myself, that emptiness within myself, in myself, things like that, right? And so as soon as you start feeling that way, what happens to me when I usually start feeling that way is I shut off the social media channel right away. As soon as the social media channel starts making you feel resentful, unhappy, angry, incomplete, or incapacitated in some fashion or form, shut it down. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. Social media in general, you're supposed to go on it and it's supposed to make you happier. It's supposed to help you feel good about yourself. You're looking at beautiful pictures and you look at them and you're like, wow, this is so pretty and I'm so happy. Or you're looking at comics and you're laughing and you're bringing joy into your life, right? As soon as it stops doing that, as soon as it starts making you feel bad about yourself, I think that's the point where you say, okay, enough is enough for today. I think I need to shut this down and walk away from it. The same kind of thing applies to any kind of media, I would say. It's not just social media, obviously, but I would say advertisements in general, anywhere, or TV shows or movies, any kind of media that makes you feel bad about yourself, shut it down, walk away. That's one of the reasons why they tell you not to subscribe to women's magazines. A lot of those magazines are basically trying to sell you lots and lots of things by making you feel bad about who you are, making you realize or believe that you're imperfect in some way, shape, or form, and that you need their product in order to become perfect. And then you buy their product and you realize, nope, it doesn't actually make you perfect at all. But maybe if I keep on using it for the rest of my life, maybe it will eventually do it. Or maybe it's something wrong with me. That's why I'm not perfect yet, right? And so, of course, the blame always falls on our shoulders, not on the product's shoulders. As soon as you are reading a women's magazine and you feel, yeah, no, this is not making me feel good. It's making me feel like I'm a terrible person, or I'm imperfect, or I'm incomplete, and I'm not feeling good. I feel ridiculously bad about myself. You shut it down. You walk away. You know, you close the magazine, you throw it away, or you trash it, you recycle it, and then you walk away. You don't look at it again, right? The same thing applies to social media, but for some reason, of course, social media is much more addictive than a magazine, of course. But for some reason, people don't use the same kind of logic when it comes to social media. You know, you don't say, okay, you know what, I'm not enjoying this Instagram post. I'm not enjoying the Instagram posts on my channel, on my feed anymore. I don't want to look at it anymore. I'm going to switch off my phone or switch off this social media channel and do something else. People just don't do that. They're like, all right, I feel bad. Okay, I'm going to keep on looking at it. I'm going to keep on scrolling. I'm going to keep on scrolling. Keep on feeling bad at myself and keep on thinking that I need to buy more and more things or do more and more things in order to make myself perfect, right? But that's not going to help, obviously. And you know that when, for some reason, when you're reading a magazine, it makes kind of sense, I think. But in social media, it's a little bit more difficult, perhaps because it's a new form of media, right? It's something new and we're still perhaps not used to it. We didn't grow up with it. Some of you did, some of us didn't, right? So that's what I would say about social media in general, is that it's your prerogative. It is your responsibility. It is on your shoulders to stop the social media channel, to shut it down, to switch it off, to throw it away. If it really does not make you feel good, throw it away. Don't deal with it anymore. Don't look at it anymore. Don't interact with it anymore. And a lot of people do that. They're not on any social media channel anymore because they just didn't feel good on it anymore, right? The resentment that you're feeling is, again, it has to do with comparison. It has to do with the fact that you think if someone else is doing something that you should be doing it too, which is absolutely false, obviously, right? Just because everyone else is on social media and they're sharing pretty pictures about their life doesn't mean that you have to do it as well. You can use it in any shape, way, or form you want. Some people put comics on there. Some people use it as an activist channel. Some people use it as a way of sharing their beautiful food pictures, right? Some people share only pictures of their dogs. Whatever you want to do with it, do with it. If you don't want to do anything with it, don't do anything with it. If you want to make it private, make it private. No one else has a say in it. It's your private channel and you're allowed to do whatever you want with it. If you're allowing people to say something about your social media channel, then how much more are you going to give up control of your life to other people? Right? I mean, there has to be a boundary. You have to limit other people from taking over your head. And so it is your prerogative. It's your responsibility to shut it down. It's your responsibility. Right? No one else is going to do it for you. I hope this makes sense. I know it's a little bit of a tough love kind of video, but really I'm noticing that social media, and a lot of people message me about social media and how it's making them feel bad. I'm like, well, why are you going on it anymore? If it's making you feel bad, then what is the point of it? Isn't it supposed to make you feel good about yourself? Isn't that the whole point of it? And so if it doesn't, shut it down, walk away from it, switch it off. You know, it's your right. It's your phone. You can do whatever you want with it. Okay? If you have questions about this, comment below and I shall answer in a follow-up video. But it's a pretty simple video. I hope it makes sense to you. I would love to know how you use social media in general. What kind of strategies do you use? Do you shut it down for a few hours a day or a few hours a week, or are you completely off of it? I'd love to hear your stories off social media. Again, thank you so much, and I shall see you the next time around. Bye for now.